Okay, so I think it's I wish I would not, but I do not know how to. Uh, I did not very well. Trying to breathe, speak, say common. I'm not most easy thing to breathe and speak. Okay, so this me something. Bear with. May God bear me witness. So I must have had a very good start today. So I came to work and Kemi is telling me that she got harassed by men of the police force. And I'm also trying not to project my own dissatisfaction, my own grudge onto her story. So I'm really trying to make sure I do not let the lines cross so that it's more my fight, so I can stick to what's making me angry, why I will not forgive. I'm trying not to project my displeasure onto her own story. But I come into the studio today and she tells me that she was harassed at night by men of the Nigerian police. And I remember what happened to me and the sequence of what happened to me. And I remember the things I was told. And I'm trying to draw a line between what I was told and what I should do. And between what I was told as a broadcaster and what I should do is exactly where I'm angered, I'm enraged, and I will not forgive. My God will not forgive. The man who was violent to me, I will not forgive. And I'm seeking out every way to retaliate. We can call it justice, but I'm seeking to take from the unjust what's not his to have. And so the more she tells me her story of this harassment, the more I remember what I was told. And I say to her, the more you speak, the more I'm enraged because I'm remembering what I was told. And so now 2 things must happen. I must speak about your story in earnest, honestly, and like I give a damn. Like I have to speak about this as honestly as I can so that maybe the conversation towards doing something about the problem can begin. Or I have to totally dismiss it. There's no in between. There's no you care, you don't care too much. Well, you care, you care, but there's nothing you can do about it. There has to be something we can do about it. But you see, what I was told, I know it's going to confuse you because this is also why I probably need to start my own podcast so I can just put names to actions, I'm sorry, it's Open Thought Tuesday, and because maybe this is the only way I can begin the show, because if I don't speak out, I'm gonna break down somewhere, because I'm not able to speak about something everything inside of me stands against, speaks against, or doesn't permit. So, we're going to go off on a break. When we come back, the federal government is talking about regulating food prices. After that, we'll talk about misogyny. We'll be right back.
Nigeria info. Attention, schools, secondary schools in Lagos. It's back, it's bigger, and it's bolder than ever. It's the season 9 of the Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Tournament, and it's happening this November. The battle for ultimate bragging right has begun. So, if you have what it takes to be and face the brightest young minds in Lagos, or you think your school can rise, debate, and claim the crown, then listen up because this is your moment. Registration is currently ongoing and it will close September 30th. Do not miss it. And remember, registration is school based, so gather your team and secure your spot early. Here's how to register. Visit nigeriainfo.fm. Step 2, click on the I beg to differ banner. Step 3, fill the form, and boom, you are in. Okay, it's just 3 steps. Visit the Nigeria Info FM website, click on the I beg to differ banner, and fill the form, and that's it, you're in. It's not just a debate, it's the tournament of champions. I beg to differ, the tournament of champions.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
So I'm going to try to sound like I'm not angry and try to have a show. I don't know what it's going to be here on. But... All right. Welcome to the Sunny Side. It's Open Thought Tuesday. And the regulation of food prices, I think that some miracle is supposed to happen. And our magician is the president. I mean, hey, you can pull some strings. You can do something. And the outcome can be different than projected or than expected. A few days ago, I read a headline where the president said that he wanted prices crashed. And I thought, well, that would be a good thing if truly we can manipulate whatever is malleable in order to determine an outcome. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics, revealed that agricultural imports, the imports stood at 1.4 trillion naira in the first quarter of 2025, before climbing to 1.18 trillion in the second quarter. The second quarter figure represents a 32.6% year-on-year increase from 893.25 billion recorded in 2024 second quarter, and a 14.35% rise from the first quarter of 2025. Now, I'm telling you this not because you necessarily care for the figures or the percentile by which, prices have risen. It's that the federal government would love for prices to go down. At least they have the intention for that to happen. But when we look at what the outcome is and what the outcome may have been to determine what will be, farmers today are faulting the federal government's order as agro imports hits 2.2 trillion naira. Nigeria's agricultural imports has soared and has been soaring. And so when the federal government says, well, we're trying to drive down the cost of food prices in one breath, but importation increases because there's not much investment in local produce, it seems as though we're saying one thing and going the other way. But I also heard yesterday that inflation has also decreased. I'm thinking maybe the brighter days are ahead and are coming. Maybe the prayers of all Nigerians, those with faith and those who are faithless, those who have hoped, those who have waited for a Nigeria where things are affordable, those prayers may have been answered at this point. If we are hearing now that inflation pretty much has reduced and the federal government is working up this miracle to drive down food prices, I think there's something to be hopeful for. But the question now is, we must also admit that there has been so much talk about taking people out of poverty. There's so much talk about what and how the policies from this administration will benefit Nigerians at large. And then there is what the Nigerian holds as current reality. The Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security stated in Abuja while he was presenting a paper at a one-day capacity building workshop for journalists covering the Senate. He said the president's order would be enforced to further crash prices of food items by ensuring the safe passage of products through various routes across the country. I think it was yesterday someone was saying that. I think it was yesterday while we were speaking about genetically modified crops and its regulation. A caller had called in and said that the problem with our security is the government's inability to properly see through this demand and supply food chains of food in Nigeria. And so maybe our farmers are really working, but the produce are not getting to the end users or the consumers. And so that may be a problem. And then you want to layer on that insecurity. I think it would be a good thing if the federal government succeeds in driving down soaring food prices. But how? how becomes the very situation that we are forced to contend with. What exactly is the government doing? What should the government do in order to drive down food prices? Otherwise, it's just talk. It's just talk, and it's been talk all our lives. In fact, you have heard Nigerians say Nigeria is that place where prices go up and never come down. So I guess the federal government would love to defy that logic or that assumption and bring prices down. But if imports keep soaring, it leaves us with the assumption that maybe the federal government is giving us something else to talk about. In fact, maybe they should stop talking and start doing. And until they're able to prove their own logic works, is there any reason to believe that the federal government can truly drive the prices of food down? If you are a trader, if you are a farmer, if you are within the food sector, what is it that you think is probably the biggest obstacle as far as food prices in Nigeria today? Now, I want you to know that the federal government has a plan to drive down food prices. Do you think this is possible? Should we have faith that this can happen, given that the federal government is working and all Nigerians have to do is both hope and wait for the outcomes to present themselves to the benefit of all? The telephone number is coming.
The telephone numbers are for males 0201277093, for females 0201465790, 0201465790, and the WhatsApp number is 009 597 5805, 009 597 5805.
All right, so we have to be off on a break, and then we will come back. When we come back, we'll pick up the conversation. Welcome to Nigeria Info, you on the sunny side.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbow.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Attention, secondary schools in Lagos. Season 9 of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament is coming this November. And this time, the battle for secondary schools with ultimate bragging right is officially on. Do you have what it takes to go head-to-head with the brightest young minds in Lagos? Can your school rise to the challenge and claim the crown? Then this is your moment. The I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate is calling your school. Registration opens September 1 and closes September 30. Registration for the I Beg to Differ Season 9 is school-based, only for schools. So gather your team and secure your spot early. To register, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Click on the I Beg to Differ Debate banner on the homepage. Fill out the registration form and hit submit. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
we're back. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. All right, special advisor to the presidency on economic matters, Tokwe Fashua, has assured Nigerians that the inflation rate is heading towards a single digit. According to him, this will translate to better living conditions for all masses. He was on Channels Television. According to him, the drop in inflation rate has impacted on prices of food items, which are beginning to ease. So, Lagos and listeners, whether you're at home or away, the supposition is that food prices have decreased. We can't probably say substantially. Maybe every gift should be accepted, including whatever little decreases you may have observed around or on food prices. Now, the presidency's assurance is followed through by what you may have already seen, the headline around inflation, and that the inflation data, which was just recently released by the National Bureau of Statistics, showed that inflation rate has eased to 20.12% in August of 2025 compared to July 2025 rate, which stood at 21.88%. So at least on paper, it looks as though we're doing good. So Nigerians, you have to bear witness to this particular report and the government's intent on crashing food prices. Let's talk. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here. Hello. Thank you for being here. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. If you cannot hear me, you're going to have to call back. I'm sorry. Please hang up and call back, okay? Hello. Good afternoon to you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello. Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Welcome. Tell me your name, lady.
Okay. My name is Grace from Makoka.
Welcome, Grace from Makoka. You're on the sunny side.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I just want to talk about the subject you're talking about. First of all, I'm really sorry because it's the first time I'm having to hear your voice, so...
no, I don't want you to be sorry. I want you to be angry. I want you to rage at the dying of the... Hold on a second. Please wait. Let me quickly go off on a break. Just please wait.
Welcome to Nigeria Info, broadcasting the world to you.
Niger government requires sermons to be approved before preaching.
I believe it's a constitutional infringement of the right to free speech, which I have no doubt it will be successfully challenged in court. Such is not allowed by our constitution.
So if I want to do Simon now, I must be permitted. What kind of law is that one? What are we practicing in this country, sir? It's not done in your word, though.
Oh, you need to really prosecute your somewhat. So every blessing before Sunday will be submitting our sermon for scrutiny. For me, it's appalling.
Let's start with the taxation, the endless taxing.
So long as you have this president in power, and only one person that will reform this president will say, when a new president come on board.
If you remove petrol subsidy, you're bringing in tax from every angle to deprive Nigerians of their own rights.
It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, it's 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Buluwati Fair. Check it out with the news update. Nigeria's inflation rate has slowed for the first time in months. Latest figures from the National Bureau of Statistics show headline inflation eased to 20.1% in August compared to 21.9% in July. The Bureau noted that while food prices are still rising, they are increasing at a slower pace. Year on year, inflation is now more than 12 percentage points lower than the 32% recorded in August last year. Nigerian university workers have issued a 7-day strike ultimatum to the federal government. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union say members may begin a nationwide strike if their demands are ignored. In a joint letter, Sanu and Nasu decried unfair distribution of 50 billion naira earned allowances, withheld salaries and delayed renegotiation of their 2009 agreement with government. And in Ibeju-Lekki, the local council is now arresting and prosecuting people for dumping waste illegally. Chairman Sheson Oloa announced this on Tuesday, saying 5 people have already been charged to court. He declared a zero-tolerance policy, warning that all offenders will be caught. The move aims to stop health hazards and flooding caused by improper waste disposal. Residents are urged to use approved channels. And Nigeria's anti-trafficking agency, NAPTIP, has rescued 8 children from an orphanage in Asaba. The children are suspected to have been stolen from Kano State and trafficked to the south. The agency's Director General says she is worried some orphanages have become havens for stolen children. The rescue operation was conducted with support from the DSS and police. The children have been reunited with their families in Kano. Israel has launched a massive bombing campaign on Gaza City, leaving much of the territory in flames on Tuesday. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz says the strikes aimed to defeat Hamas and free hostages. The escalation follows U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's visit, where he backed Israel's push against Hamas, but warned that diplomacy may only have days left. Meanwhile, a UN probe accused Israel of committing genocide against Palestinians. If you have a news report that you want us to cover, call us on 014657175. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Buluwati Fair Jagade. The Sunny Side with Joyce continues.
What's that station again?
Oh yeah, Jamo, come
No.
Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So like here we dey talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening. 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side.
The Sunny Side.
Welcome. My name's Joyce.
Hey Lagos, don't forget that you too can win money on here on Nigeria Info, courtesy of oneplay.ng. Now I know I have said this time and time again, but I mean, does the money ever get too much? All you have to do is go to the website www.oneplay.ng. That's numero oneplay.ng. And when you get to that website, pick your station Nigeria Info, follow the instructions, and in a few seconds your ticket will be in the draw. A ticket is 500 naira, so you can play with 500 naira or more. And if you don't have a smartphone, well, not to worry. All you have to do is dial the code *347 *880 *3 hash. *347 *880 *3 hash. Now playing with 500 naira or more, also get your tickets in the draw. Now remember that the more you play, the better your chances of winning every day. There's money to be won on the Money Crossfire. There's money to be won on WhatsApp Lagos. 3 people, in fact, win 25,000 naira on the WhatsApp Lagos show. And on Sunnyside, there's money to be won on there as well. Yes, there's also money to be won on Game On shows, weekday, weekend, money everywhere. But that's not even all, because every Friday there's a jackpot of 50,000 naira per show. And you, my dear, can get some of that money. All you have to do is make sure you're playing during the week, and automatically you get qualified for the weekly jackpot. Remember, your chances of winning are still the same. So whether you're playing on a smartphone with the website www.oneplay.ng, or you're doing it on a dataless phone or a small phone, yes, that small touchlight phone, if you're dialing the code *347 *880 *3 hash, either ways, your chances of winning are still the same. Okay, remember to play responsibly, Lagos. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you're under 18, this is not your group chat. Please, you can now excuse us. All right then, 18 and above, let's start playing and let's start winning. There's money on ground. Do you want to get it? .3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Think back to the first person who taught you how to read, the one who believed in you when no one else did, the one that showed you that you could be more. That person was definitely a teacher. Every profession begins with a teacher. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, artists, leaders, all were shaped by teachers. And yet, too often, teachers are the unsung heroes of our society. Now, the time has come to change that. On Saturday, 20th of September 2025, 9 a.m. at the Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos, over 6 60,000, yes, 60,000 teachers will gather for the very first time in the world in the historic Guinness World Record attempt. And guess what? Attendance is absolutely free. Yes, so this is more than an event. It's a movement to celebrate teachers, to honor their sacrifices, to declare to the world that teachers matter. So yes, if you are a teacher, if you have teachers that have made your primary school or secondary school or universities memorable, then yes, you shouldn't just hear about this event. You should be there, be counted, and be celebrated. All right. Join them at the Let There Be Teachers Conference 2025. Okay. It's the Let There Be Teachers Conference 2025. Visit www.1millionteachers.com. Okay, that is www.1million, that's a million teachers.com, or call the number 0806 608 3168 0806 608 3168 for more information, because teachers don't just teach, they change destinies.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
Let's talk 99.3 Nigeria Info. Hello, good afternoon to you. How are you? Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome. Tell us your name and go ahead.
My name is Robert.
Welcome,
Tell me good afternoon. You see, what I hate in my life is hypocrisy. When this government came on board, Tinubu removed fuel subsidy without, studying the economy. Okay, let me give it 1 month. If I'm in power, and study how it will affect us. No, he removed it, and here are we today facing the pains. How much is the fuel price now? He claimed to have knowledge about, everything, guru in politics. Now, the farmers that you are giving directive to say you want to crash the full price, that not only farmers, they use huge of money to transport their product down to where they are being sold. And you are somewhere, you are giving directive to say, I don't know if you are listening to me, Joyce.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Please go ahead.
So I don't know. Does it mean that this man doesn't know what it takes to make the price of food go down? Insecurity is bedeviling farmers as we speak today. Some of them are not even. We saw where bandits came to do meeting in city Kasiron Zafara with the villagers just to allow them to go to their farm. And you are somewhere giving directive that food price should crash. Just now. Joyce,
you don't think it's possible?
Joyce, please, I want to drop this call. Let me.
All right.
I don't want to say what is in my mind.
Yeah.
Please, I beg.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello. Welcome to Nigeria Info. You on the sunny side.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Joyce.
Speak up for us. I cannot hear you. Your voice sounds distant. If you can.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, and thank you for being on Nigeria Info. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Good one. You know that the government is trying to work around how to see the price of food come down. However, there is a comma somewhere. Now, for farmers, there's in the news this morning, I think it was Kofi or Sheriff that was taking the news. You know that farmers were feeling uncomfortable with what is happening. As regards the price of food, and it is the truth. Because when the price of food went up, those who went into farming anticipated, that when they will sell, they'll probably sell at that same price. Because a lot of people left farming, and those who managed to go into farming, some of them go and borrow in bank. And then because I also engage in farming. Personally, people who work for us, for me personally, the price increased, okay? The price of workmanship, of daily pay and so on, went up. And we were thinking that when we sell, it will be a cumulative of the price, of labor and so on. And then when we remove the price of, the expensive, the expenses, we'll be able to get some gain and so on. Now, today, if the price of food comes down, below what we were expecting, we'll be running at a loss. That is the discomfort of farmers, with what is probably appealing today. So what we really need is stability, of which it won't be fluctuating, because if you are selling a pint of gari, probably 3,000 or 5,000, the worker who is going to go and work for you in farm will tell you that a pint of gari is 5,000. If he was collecting 500 naira when the pint, was probably 2,000, he's going to tell you that the price of his workmanship is 1,500 naira. Now, when everything comes out, when it matures, because it's going to probably take a year or so, and then you anticipated that because the price is probably 5,000 naira, you are ready to pay that worker 1,500 naira or 3,000 naira. At the end of the day, when you are selling at a lower price, you will be running at a loss. What the government should be doing is not this audio supporting of farmers. It should be supporting of farmers in reality. Because in Nigeria today, we have suitcase farmers who their farms are always in the suitcase, with biro and map, paper. We have farmers who are political farmers. They are close to the government. And we have people who claim to be industrial farmers, who when they access this money government gives, to farmers, some of them don't really channel this money into farming. So that is why we are not food sufficient. If you give this money to real farmers, it will bring succor to farmers, and then some of these machinery, tractors, and other agricultural equipment, if they are given to the real farmers who do the farming, this thing, you find out that it will be a succor to them. There will be food in the market, for people to buy, and it won't be as expensive, as it is sometimes, and then the farmer won't be running at a loss, because the government is providing an avenue of which succor is coming to them. So we need to approach this issue in a holistic manner, not when it fluctuates and then people run at a loss sometimes, and then you hope are dashed. Those are my comments.
Thank you very much for calling. I really do appreciate 99.3 Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. Welcome to Open Thought Tuesday. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Tell us your name and go ahead.
My name is Aniafonama Tony James, calling you from Songota.
Good to have you.
Just, I support this move by the government. I think it's a very smart move.
But how do you think the government will achieve it? Because, something can sound... I think you shouldn't ascribe intelligence to smart.
We have a regulation board. We have a control board that can control this thing.
But how, though? How?
It is the constitutional obligation of a government to ensure that food security of its citizens. So if they use that regulation board, I think they can achieve this.
Yeah, but how?
You might begin to... Okay, let, why is it that whatever goes up in Nigeria doesn't come down?
Well, but a miracle is on the way. But how?
Why is it that whatever goes up in Nigeria doesn't come down?
The federal government is about to change that. But how? You can't imagine the possibility.
It's possible.
How?
Very, very
Good
possible.
God. How?
I said, like I mentioned before, we have a regulating board that can control price. If that board does our work properly, this thing can be achieved.
Okay.
It can be achieved. Honestly, it can be achieved.
So you're talking about the regulation of outputs. Is it possible that the same regulation can regulate inputs?
Yes. Just let me tell you one story. I'm into provision business. If you go to market now, an average seller, what Mr. A is selling is not the same thing with what Mr. B is selling. I might buy a carton of something for 22,000. Go to another shop, you see it at 20,000. Why is it like that? That means some people are there to exploit others, while some people are ready to solve the problem of other people. So there's a problem. We need regulation.
Okay.
Honestly, we need regulation in this country. Some people are
got it
intentionally exploiting other people.
Okay, I guess that's your angle.
All right.
Thank you so much for calling. Nigeria Info, you on the sunny side. Welcome.
Yeah, just good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Tell us your name and you can go ahead.
This is Chris.
Welcome, Chris.
George, I know you are not happy about what happened to you and me with body police. The after effect will tell on them, for sure. They will not go scot-free. Don't worry, my sister. The after effect will tell. I suffered in the police hand as well.
You know, right now, it's not even the police that's my issue. Right now, it's not even the police. I mean, like, I underscore that as a problem. But it's the other person in the picture.
Okay. Whoever did whatever they did to you and Kemi, whoever is involved, I'm telling you, the after effect will tell. I'm telling you, Joyce, for sure.
I'm impatient.
Thank you. Quick one. I think Nigeria, we like when people deceive us. During former President Jonathan, did we cry about this market board, the board market, the control price or whatever? Did we cry about that then? These people come and do it. Even of the past. Buhari for 8 years. They said this guy, there's one of them who were blowing grammar about the right pyramid, the right pyramid. Aguilari. Where's Aguilari? Told you people write about the one in Abakaliki. Then they go to Ikurudu, gather themselves. Imota. Up to today, how many rice have they produced from that Imota? These people will tell you lies and you embrace them. Then we move on. Some countries, telling lies alone, will sack that government from office. Lie alone, no. But in Nigeria, no. Then we started complaining. Food price, they will crash food price. Maybe he crashed the people who protest for hunger strike. Subsidy is gone. He can crash it now. Insecurity is demented. How many loans you want to give to farmer? Go to Abavo, my place. They can't go to farm anymore. Cassava, Gary, Yam, Abavo, Agbo, Kwale. They can't go to farm anymore. They are waiting for which agriculture. You want to give 2,000 tractors. We don't need all those ones. Insecurity. You cannot. Look at Nasarawa. They are making peace with bandits. One of them was boasting the other day. Then today you are telling me you want to crash price, whatever. You give a committee. When I say we all are in for it, people thought I'm joking.
You don't think it's possible for the presidency to crash the prices?
He can't do it, Joyce. I always say the process that brought this set of people is not proper. They can never get it. Not that I'm swearing for them. They can never get it right. What did Jonathan do when he was there? How much I would buy? Did we complain of food? Yesterday I want to buy croaker feed. The lady was telling me a kilo is 5,000 naira. 2 pieces of croaker fish, 5,000. I said, okay, let me go for Titus. They bring that one, a little one that you can see in the pot of soup. He says 3,000 naira for one. It's telling me want to crash war.
So maybe they want to work on transportation, the food chain. I guess they want to work on the food chain, the supply chain, if you know what. Well, I think it's more the supply chain than the food chain.
Anything. Look at them now. Maybe they say they suspend the fuel tax. Let them put the fuel tax now. Why are they suspending it? Let them put it. Why are they suspending it?
You don't congratulate them for doing it? You don't.
No, I've told you.
Just checking. Just believe me, that was rhetorical. Just checking. Thank you.
Because they did come in the right process.
You're so unforgiving. Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate it. It's Open Thought Tuesday on Nigeria Info.
Hello.
Good to have you. Speak up.
Yeah, Joyce,
what's your name?
My name is Tony. I call you from Ikeja.
Welcome, Tony. Thank you for being here.
Yes. As a matter of fact, if Tinubu government is telling us that they want to battle insecurity in Nigeria, some of us will believe that it is a practical thing. As they fight it, we'll know. But in as much as they're not doing that, and that is the only aspect they can battle things so that food can come out of the bush and out of the farm. When unknown, what they call them, state actors have taken over the bushes and the farms. Tinubu have not told us where his farm is. In as much as I know, federal government they don't have where they are cultivating farm for Nigeria for the populace. So telling you that it's going to crash prices is one of those propagandas. Hello?
I'm with you. I'm waiting for you to get there.
Yes, it's one of those propagandas that Tinubu government have, and his supporters will believe whatever he says.
Why do you think it's propaganda? Is it because you don't think they are working for the benefit of the people, or you don't think that the policy has any sensibility, one bearing to the other? You don't think that what they're coming up with takes us anywhere?
Joyce, the benefit of the populace from government is good life and soft life.
That's what they're working on.
No, you cannot work. What are they work? This is 2 years plus now. Tinubu visited Nigerians with hardship and swear that he's going to make things more tougher. So he's telling you he's going to crash. Where does Tinubu have the market? He's going to bring up. Okay, except he's saying that he's going to import food. He's going to import
So that's exactly what the problem is. So we're hearing stakeholders, rice millers, farmers are saying that our imports are soaring, fundamentally because the government is not supporting local produce. So I guess I don't know what's supposed to happen.
What I'm trying to tell you is this: we are the people buying from the market. We are the people.
Have prices reduced? Because it said that the prices are reducing. Have you observed any reduction in price?
There's nothing like that. Okay, you go and buy a bag of rice, 65,000, 70,000. That's the local one. So if you want quality rice, it's from 85, 90,000.
In your observation, no reduction so far.
There's no reduction. All is propaganda. Sincerely, Tinubu government is a cost to Nigerians.
I mean, he may disagree. He wants you to give him time. I don't know what that means.
No, he does not have any time. Even his Pajiman now, those he brought over to be clapping for him, Reno Mokri, told us that Tinubu, there's nothing will come out of him. And we all know that.
Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate. Lagos, we're going to quickly go on a break. We'll be right back.
More conversation, more talk, more.
Solar is the way to go. If reliable, clean, and uninterrupted power is our goal. Our homes need power. Our offices need power. Our public buildings need power. Our lives and activities need power. And of course, I mean reliable power. Now, at the Solar World Electric Technology Limited, we have cut our teeth as professionals in the business of solar and renewable energy, ranging from inverters, lithium-ion batteries, solar panels, solar water heating systems, solar street lights, etc. You can visit our regional head office at the 26 Ima Abimbola Code off Fola Oshibo, Lekki Phase 1, Lagos, or our website on www.solarworldelectric.com, or you can call us on 0906-331-5492. Solar World Electric Technology Limited. We are redefining the limits.
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now, launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it! Well, sorry, you did it. Now you can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Nigeria Info,
you think, as a scientist, we need GMOs in Nigeria?
Nigeria as a government has a policy that promotes the use of advanced biotechnology in ensuring food security, environmental conservation, and health improvement.
MDMA is there from the lab, from the containment level, to before it gets to the field. MDMA would have known that this crop will contaminate, and the regulatory agency, of course, will stop that before it gets to the Nigerian market.
Sylvia Musa, I'm sure you've seen that video, you've heard what she said. Is it satisfying what the AFN said?
You know, there is so much corruption in any aspect, in any sector. We are in a country where the worst of us rule the best of us. Nigeria as a country is not.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows
Over your rainbow.
is the sunny side
They better know it.
with Joyce.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info, you on the sunny side. Welcome. My name's Joyce. It's Open Thought Tuesday. It's 28 minutes past 1 p.m. According to the presidency and the Bureau of Statistics, inflation has eased. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you agree with it, but I'm about to find out. This particular, easing of inflation is supposed to ease the weight of the cost of living on your life. In fact, the way the presidency spokesperson puts it, he says that this is supposed to help ease the prices of food items and, of course, life and living standards generally. And I think maybe there's something to be seen here. But it's the Nigerian who goes to the market every day, who travels or commutes every day, one end to the other, that truly is the reflection, proof of this stated reduction or decrease in inflation. Plus, there is something the presidency is working on, and it's a reduction, an attempt to crash food prices. An attempt to crash food prices. It sounds like a magical word, but we don't know how that's going to happen. If you're within the food industry, I want you to tell us what you think our biggest challenge is. But the presidency is of the actual belief that there's something they can do that can inform or influence outcomes. And we're talking on Nigeria Info. Let's talk about the possibility of the fact that maybe by December, you could be buying a bag of rice for 40,000. Maybe the dollar can go back to 500.
Small bag.
No, a bag of rice. A bag.
A
like
bag.
a 50 kg bag of rice. We came from there. It's Open Thought Tuesday. The sunny side is Open Thought Tuesday.
Hello, Joyce.
You have to speak up for us. Tell us your name and go ahead.
John from Mogba. Hello. Are you hearing me now?
I can, thank you. Please go ahead.
Okay.
What's your name?
The president talks about.
Could you tell us your name, please, and go ahead?
You said?
Tell us your name and you can
John
go ahead.
from Mogba.
Welcome, John.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay. Before you talk about the reduction of price on goods and services,
Crashing
you talk
price,
about
food prices.
Food prices. You talk about CPI, which is Consumer Price Index, and this entails the prices, the average prices of goods and services, not only on food, goods and services, and even household items over time. And can we truly say that even household item and rent over time, with transportation, just like you have said, can we really say that the rate of this time this has come down? Can we really say it has come down?
Okay, so the whole idea, well, at least one of the ideas towards achieving this crash in food prices.
The idea is government policy is the reason why we have why inflation is rising and it's not coming down.
Well, they say it has come. That's the thing. I'm reporting to you that on paper it has reduced. So have you experienced areas?
Take for instance now, Joyce. When you were buying rice, a bag of rice for 7,500 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and now at a point it climbed to about 100,000 or 90,000, then it is reduced to about 65, 70,000. Can you truly say that it has come down? How many households, how many people can afford 50,000 when you collect 75,000 as a salary and you have a family of 5 or 6? And is it the only rice you want to eat? What about your own rent? What about transportation from work and to and from work? What about welfare of your family? What about the school fees of your children? So what are we talking about?
Okay, so the government is aware of this. At least we can assume that the government is aware, and that's why they want to crash food prices. So do you have faith in this possibility?
That is why I'm saying that it is not only the price control board. Government policy has to do with how to crash the price, how to reduce the price of this, how to bring inflation down. Let them revisit the issue of this fuel subsidy. Number one, and tackle this insurgency. This problem is just insurgency. And deliberately make out way to come up with mechanized farming. It is possible. Other countries are doing that.
Okay, now one of the can I ask a question?
Yes.
So one of the approaches that the government is hoping can help ease prices is to work through easing the bottlenecks of the food supply. Do you suppose that is one thing that can help crash food prices? So safe passages of agricultural food and commodities. Safe passage of agricultural foods and commodities.
Are they having control on how to take bring the food from hinterlands to the cities?
They want to step in the ring now.
They want to step to how?
I don't know. I don't. I mean, they're the federal government, so I guess there's a how. You know, they are the federal government. There has to be a how.
I have told you how.
Okay.
You cannot come out to say you want to take hold of something you don't have a total control on. You can't lay. It is okay like before. Were they the one crashing food prices? Are they the one crashing food prices?
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that he has any faith in the concept, in the idea, or even in policies. Hello, Nigeria Info. Welcome to the Sunny Side is Open Thought Tuesday.
Hello, Joyce.
Thank you for being here. Tell us your name and go ahead.
My name is Godman.
Welcome, Godman.
Thank you for all you do, Joyce. Thank you. So, first of all, I want to know that the government cares for its citizens. Does any citizen think that this government cares about how they feel, about their welfare? That's where it starts from. I don't think this government cares about what they are going through. They don't care. So if they don't even have that one to start with, how do they want to now look for a solution to it? So at the end of the day, look at this. If you can't deal with insecurity, the farmers can't go to farm. How do we get food security too? It starts from there. And you see the body language of this government, they're not even ready to deal with that. You have the list of those who sponsor terrorism. You don't deal with that. That's just having the solution in your hands. At least if not 100%, maybe 80%, you cut off that problem. You go to the sponsorship. They don't want to do anything about that.
Sponsorship of what, please?
There was a list released. 400 terrorist sponsors. I don't know if you know.
Okay, yeah.
And they are in the government, with the government, and they have that list. They've done nothing about it.
So you don't suppose that this is a possibility? Is that what we're hearing from you?
If you don't deal with the insecurity where farmers can't go to the farm to farm, how do we get food? How do we? And then another thing is how they transport this whole thing. When do we move them?
The plan is to also work on transportation. They're trying to ease the bottleneck between the supply chain, or within the supply chain. So they're working on getting the food from the hinterlands into the city.
They're working on that, and yet they want to tax us with 5% tax on fuel. And we know that every time fuel goes high, every commodity goes high with it. That's why I'm saying that they don't really care.
I couldn't have defended
I'm even thinking because Sheriff the other time was saying that there are some areas where the government have done fabulously well, and I was like, what?
What areas?
later, I wanted to hear where the areas, where areas, and he talked about passports. He talked about
no, he didn't say that.
He talked about the loan, the school loan, and I was like, how does he affect the normal man, the ordinary Nigerian? You need to get food for them. You need to get light supply. You need to get, just these fundamental things. So you're talking of passports. That's for the elite. You want to travel abroad. How many people think about passports? How many Nigerians can afford that, even to even get the passport now? We're talking of people getting food to eat and, just to be able to survive. Then you're talking about airports. That's for the elite. How many people can afford to take a flight? So when Sheriff was saying, I was like, what is this? This is not it. We want to talk about things that the government has really done well is when the citizens are feeding well, the citizens are living well. At least they can.
Okay, so let's stay on that for a moment. Now, they want to work on that. That's exactly what this conversation is about. They want to work on this citizens feeding well. And so they're trying to underscore what the issues can be, transportation, I guess, cost. With transportation. So they want to work on easing transportation. They want to work on easing the flow of foods from the farms to the city.
Question is, Joyce, when you really love somebody, you always love will work that miracle. So you're talking about miracle. How do they want to complete? They don't care about us. They don't care. All they care is about the agenda. All he's thinking about now is just for 2027, how we win another election. They don't really care about what the people are going through. So if that is not in place, how can we even look for a way? When you love somebody, love will make a way for you to see that person benefits, that person is protected, that person is.
Do you even think that this is a possibility? Because maybe you don't see the how now, but you think it's possible. Do you think this is possible? Because it's not on you to see the how. It doesn't behoove on you to see the how. But if you believe in it, then you can at least hold the government accountable in a given space of time to deliver on their promise to crash food prices.
How can they do it when in the first place you don't even have a heart for the people? How can you do that? That's my own point.
Right. Okay. So you don't think it can happen? Thank you.
Wanting to see that your people are doing well. I think just feeding, if not for anything. They don't care. That's
okay.
Michael Jackson said something. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. And that's just
Thank you so much. I do appreciate. So we're going to speak to two more people, and then we're going to have to go to WhatsApp because our friends on WhatsApp have something to say. Hello, Nigeria Info. Welcome to Open Thought Tuesday.
Can you lend me 20 seconds of your time?
Hello?
Hello, Joyce.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
1 minute, because I have to give other people an opportunity to speak. I'm giving you a single minute.
Joyce, this MBC is the most annoying thing. Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, the most annoying thing. How can they know that there is high rate of inflation in the land, people are hungry, transportation cost is high, and they will sit down somewhere with their ties strapped in their neck and be giving fictitious figures. I mean, they need to come out and see how people are living. Look, to round up this point, Joyce, whatever this government will offer Nigerians is just for the temporary because of the 2027 election that is coming. The normal palliative, there is nothing more than that. They don't have anything on ground to offer.
Thank you so much for calling me. I do appreciate Nigeria Info. Open Thought Tuesday.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Yeah, Joel Gabriel calling from Lekki. Joyce, bless your heart. Joyce, you see, God bless Femi Kuti wherever he is. God bless him. Joyce, they bobo my papa, them bobo my mama. They see they bobo me with their people, they go. Joyce, these politicians, are they not tired of boboing the people? If there's any word like that, are they not tired? See, Joyce, we are mediocre. We deceive ourselves too much. We think we are smart when we are deceiving ourselves. Look at the same way they bobo us concerning the refinery. Later, we now find that it's not. Oh my God. See, Joyce, I remember when America was saying, God bless America. they see where they are going. Outside that can also see that, oh, America saying God bless America, they are going somewhere. Nigeria, let's keep saying God bless Nigeria till Jesus will come. Nothing will happen. Because we are not, you can't see hope, can't see anything.
Thank you.
Joyce, please enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. According to the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, they say inflation has eased to 20.12%. It's supposed to reflect somewhere, but you alone can bear witness to how this may have impacted your lives or your lives' outcomes. That's one. Plus, the presidency is working to crash food prices. That will be beneficial to even the dogs who have found themselves located on our geographical mapping out. Everybody needs to have food prices go down. So let's talk. WhatsApp. Let's go.
Okay. This person says, greetings, Joyce. We are so really sorry about what happened with the men in black. I've also had my own share of their demonic attitude. As for the federal government crashing the prices of food, I just laugh because sometimes I wonder if this APC government comes from the moon. You don't crash food prices with mere words. There is a whole lot of process to make this a reality, and it's not by sitting on the comfort of their houses and giving instructions. This person says, Joyce, we have a corrupt government that survives through corruption of agencies and institutions, but unfortunately, they can't bribe food prices to go down. They should undo the policies that have caused the food prices to go up. This person says, how can they bring food prices down? Did they in anyhow support the farmers, or do they, the government, have any farmland themselves? This person says, my name is Sam from Satellite Town. I'm into fresh fruits and perishable goods. There is nothing like price reduction, because what I bought banana, orange, and apples last 3 months is still the same amount I buy it now. What I noticed is that 95% of what we consume in Nigeria is imported. Example, as things as common as coconuts, orange, pears, tomatoes. We Nigerians don't really know what we are up against. We, the Nigerian youths, need to wake up and take back Nigeria. This person says, great topic. I'm passionate about food for all. In the interim, the FG can A, release food from the Strategic National Food Bank, B, massive food imports of the staple food.
Yeah, but isn't that also, hold on, I'm so sorry, but isn't that exactly the problem? In fact, part of this report is reporting that agricultural imports have soared. And so when imports soar, local produce becomes, stifled in a way. They kind of dip. And okay, so let's assume you support importation. What impact will that have on local produce? Isn't it an economic theory that if we produce it locally, it should be cheaper? Okay, so you pick up the message from there.
Okay, this was said, the solution is in food productivity and not necessarily food production. A world of difference between food production and food productivity. Thank you. This person says,
which one are we? Are we where are we on the line? This spectrum, are we even in the game? Thank you.
This guy said we have a regulatory body that is this guy that said we have a regulatory body is being delusional. How many regulations have they enforced? Is it the government that gave the business owners the capital to start their businesses? The main thing that is causing hiking prices is channel fragmentation. More people are entering the food value chain and they must make profits. They should forget regulations or no regulations, I beg. This person says, no point of flogging the issues of propaganda in this government. Hence, what the government men, Bayo Onanuga and Moka, are mouthing is not surprising. How well have the government addressed issues of transportation, security, purchasing power of the ordinary Nigerian? They are just still dreaming and are just mere wishful thinking. When things get better, the citizens' attitude and happiness shall speak louder than their propaganda machine. This person says, I wonder where Tinubu and his MBS gets all their stats about falling inflation and prices from. The president is talking about reducing food prices after removing fuel subsidy. Abi, drop fuel price and see what happens in 1 week. A polytheist can, that's what he wrote, said on live TV that a bag of rice and beans is now sold for 50,000 naira. Please, where in Nigeria are they selling it for that amount? This person
said, I told you that by December we could be doing 40 grand. I don't know where you're gonna buy that, but
that will be the theme for the movie. This person says agriculture is in the concurrent list, and so it is important for people who derive joy in calling the federal government out every day. Your governors and the LG chairman are your real problem. This person says, Joyce, on what happened to you earlier, the people will regret their wicked deeds against the wrong persons. This I know for sure. On the food prices, maybe the president is using the same tactics that jacked up the prices of petrol to bring down the prices of food. Remember that a single statement from his mouth plunged the economy into the bottomless pit, and so he believes he can do likewise to improve the economy. This person says, good afternoon, Joyce and Kemi. What they said is just on paper. They do not go to the market. It's you and I that do that. Prices of goods are still the same. No reduction. This government is never tired of telling lies. They don't have shame. Big men telling lies to Nigerians as if they're talking to babies. Shame on them.
Okay, but is it possible that given what we assume they're working on right now, and this is just extending some credit of possibility to them, that whatever it is they're working on right now, the expected outcome can be an actual crashing of prices by, I don't know, what's this now? We're entering the fourth quarter, right?
Already in Ember month.
So is it possible that by December, honestly, does anybody have enough faith that whatever their policies are, there can be an actual, because
3 months, Joyce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like October, November, December, happy New Year.
Yeah, that by December prices can actually come down. You don't think so?
The people that want to put tax on
well,
January.
so that's futuristic, and there's no set.
Nice one.
Okay. I mean, you have a point there, but
Okay.
Considering the New Year statement that the president rolled out at the beginning of the year, he said something about the fact that the inflation rate was going to come down at some point. But seeing the inflation rate come down, but it's not coming down as per se things are getting easier. It just means that
they just writing us a letter and telling us, hi, honey, prices have gone down.
Are going up, but they are going up slowly. So that's the essence of the rebasing. So the rebasing is that, okay, we're moving away from the former way of calculating the inflation. Now we're using the rebasing method. And now this method makes things look smaller in our eyes. But they're saying, but the truth of the matter is that...
it wasn't small yesterday.
Wait.
But the truth of the matter is that at the end of the day, right, the inflation is still there. Prices of things are still soaring, but they are soaring on a slow level. So it's like slow poison. Bam. So it's not going the way it's supposed to. It's not soaring like boom. It's going little by little. That's what they're saying. So it's not exactly the fact that the inflation rate is off, or it's not. Inflation is no longer happening. It is still happening.
99.3 Nigeria. Well, thank you for that. I was honestly thinking that you were about to inject the aspect where we may have omitted observation to see this outcome or see the situation in a different light. You only just crank higher the darkness.
Yes.
WhatsApp.
Hey, Jesus Christ. This person says, good afternoon, Joyce. The Nigerian Bureau of Statistics will continue to fake figures like the INEC does. Whoosh. It's high time Nigerians start demanding for a referendum like Aisha Yusuf has started. No election can save us from this servitude until we negotiate how to live on our own separate ways. Nigeria is a scam for the colonial masters. This person says corruption, wickedness, insecurity, so much bloodletting and starvation are the order of the day in Nigeria. The truth is that this APC government has taken Nigeria 50 years backwards.
Okay, but nobody's speaking on what exactly they even think the government should do if the government is serious. I was honestly hoping that somebody would have mentioned subsidies.
Like we should advise them.
Yeah, I mean, because I want to believe that the government is at least trying to have you believe that there's a futuristic blueprint, even though none of you can see that far. But I was also hoping that maybe there would be some commentary in the lines of, if the government is serious, then they have to subsidize food because income isn't growing. For you to balance that scale, or for you to bring a balance to the equation, if if the income doesn't rise, then you have to subsidize inputs so that outputs can be affordable.
Joyce, Lagos State tried it, but they couldn't even be consistent with it. Imagine doing it for the whole country. Imagine what we had for fuel subsidy and all of that. And at the end of the day, they're still saying that they're subsidizing, despite the fact that the fuel price is still as expensive as it is. They are still subsidizing. So imagine if there was no subsidy at all. So if they are going to do it, Lagos State is already trying to do something like that. This own J-code thing that Lagos cannot even continue where. Because you know how many people go to that place to say, because this thing is subsidized, I want to get food there. So the whole federal government, can they do it?
Are we even talking about transportation of these food items?
Yes, so pardon me, in the report, the government wants to work on transportation.
They want to work, but fuel prices are high. How? Explain how. My pepper customer will tell me that he's and he's trying to move pepper here, and it's a whole lot.
The president was called a strategist.
Nice one.
They said they want to improve on.
The president was called a strategist. So maybe this is exactly where he's about to put all of you.
Well, cutting through the clutter of what strategy.
Well, you see, I was really proud about that Onjeko thing. I was just happy that there was a place where people could, like a civilized world, where
do you know how many people would get there? Do you want people to die? Do you know how many people are in Lagos? I'm even going too far. Lagos mainland alone.
So that market, Lagos, please give us a feedback. If you live close to that area, if you've been visiting that Onje market, I'm sorry,
Onjeko.
Yeah. How far? That's all. Like how because maybe that's also like a benchmark.
My 12 last one. There is not subsidized too. Everybody's
you can't subsidize mile 12 because that is end user point. I think you have to subsidize before mile 12 in the food chain. The subsidy has to come happen before the goods get to mile 12.
So people are believing that food prices are cheaper at my side.
I was about to send you to buy me from your neighborhood. It's not cheap. Okay, well, for the break. Okay, it's not.
It's not.
It's Open Thought Tuesday.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
This October 1st, Nigeria marks another year of independence. But the big question is, how far have we really come? From the first flag hoisted in 1960 to the challenges of today, how has Nigeria fared since independence? Have we truly managed our democratic progress, or are we still finding our way? Join all your favorite hosts on Nigeria Info FM together at one table with special guest analysts for a no-holds-barred conversation on The Round Table. Independence Day special. Date Wednesday, October 1st. Time 9 a.m. Don't just celebrate. Join the conversation that defines our nation. The Round Table on Nigeria Info FM. Lagos, let's talk. Attention, secondary schools in Lagos. Season 9 of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament is coming this November. And this time, the battle for secondary schools with ultimate bragging right is officially on. Do you have what it takes to go head-to-head with the brightest young minds in Lagos? Can your school rise to the challenge and claim the crown? Then this is your moment. The I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate is calling your school. Registration opens September 1 and closes September 30. Registration for the I Beg to Differ Season 9 is school-based, only for schools. So gather your team and secure your spot early. To register, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Click on the I Beg to Differ Debate banner on the homepage. Fill out the the registration form and hit submit. I beg to differ. The Tournament of Champions.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info Daily Winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same, whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hey Lagos, think back to the first person who taught you how to read, the one who believed in you when no one else did, the one who showed you that you could be more. That person was a teacher. Every profession begins with a teacher. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, artists, leaders, all were shaped by teachers. Yet, too often, teachers are the unsung heroes of our society. Now, the time has come to change that. On Saturday, 20th of September 2025, 9 a.m. at Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos, over 60,000 teachers will gather for the very first time in the world in a historic Guinness World Record attempt. And guess what? Attendance is absolutely free. This is more than an event. It's a movement to celebrate teachers, to honor their sacrifice, and to declare to the world, teachers matter. Don't just hear about it. Be there, be counted, be celebrated. Join us at the Let There Be Teachers Conference 2025. Visit www.1millionteachers.com. That is www.1millionteachers.com or call 006 608 3168 006 608 3168 for more information, because teachers don't just teach, they change destinies.
I have no doubt it will be successful challenging for such is not allowed by our constitution.
So if I want to do Simon now, I must be permitted. What kind of law is that one? What are we practicing in this country, sir? It's not done in your word, though.
Oh, you need to really prosecute your somewhat. So every blessing before Sunday will be submitting our sermon for scrutiny. For me, it's appalling.
Let's start with the taxation, the endless taxing.
So long as you have this president in power, and only one person that will reform this president will, and when a new president come on board.
If you remove petrol subsidy, you're bringing in tax from every angle to deprive Nigerians of their own rights.
It's 2 o'clock. The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, here are some of the headlines making the rounds right now. Nigeria's inflation drops for fifth straight month. Presidential advisor Tokwe Fashiwa says single-digit inflation is coming soon to ease the cost of living. Federal government suspends 4% import levy. Abuja City cattle to be relocated to grazing reserves. President Tinubu calls for shift from road-only transport. University workers give federal government a 7-day strike ultimatum. Government vows to sustain its crackdown on illegal mushroom polytechnics across the country. Foundation raises alarm that childhood cancer is being overlooked in Nigeria. Ibejuleki Council cracks down on illegal waste dumping, and NAPTIP rescues 8 children from Asaba orphanage. NNPC boss Ojulari urges African energy collaboration, and National Institute for Hospitality and Tourism upgrades Lagos training facilities. Lagos APC dismisses PDP's criticism of Tinubu endorsements as comic relief, and International Republican Institute rates Labour Party high on inclusive policies. Heavy rainfall in Lagos causes widespread flight delays for Air Peace passengers nationwide. And Adamawa State is hit by another devastating flood just months after a previous disaster left dozens dead. Israel expands ground offensive in Gaza, and UN report accuses Israel of genocide in Gaza. Israel rejects UN genocide report as false, distorted, and EU agrees common plan on displaced Ukrainians. Trump sues New York Times for $15 billion. And Poland's new president, Nawrocki, visits Berlin over WW2 reparations. And Nigeria's Tobia Musso wins silver at World Athletics. And that's all for the news. If you have a news report you want us to cover, call us on 014657175. Thank you so much, Lagos. I am Buluwati Fair Jegede. The Sunny Side with Joyce continues.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow!
Is the Sunny Side.
They better know it!
With Joyce.
Hey Lagos, don't forget that you too can win money on here on Nigerian Info, courtesy of oneplay.ng. Now I know I have said this time and time again, but I mean, does the money ever get too much? All you have to do is go to the website www.oneplay.ng. That's number oneplay.ng. And when you get to that website, pick your station, Nigeria Info, follow the instructions, and in a few seconds, your ticket will be in the draw. A ticket is 500 naira, so you can play with 500 naira or more. And if you don't have a smartphone, well, not to worry. All you have to do is dial the code *347 *880 *3#. *347 *880 *3#. Now, playing with 500 naira or more can also get your tickets in the draw. Now, remember that the more you play, the better your chances of winning every day. There's money to be won on the Money Crossfire. There's money to be won on WhatsApp Lagos. 3 people, in fact, win 25,000 naira on the WhatsApp Lagos show. And on Sunnyside, there's money to be won on there as well. Yes, there's also money to be won on Game On shows, weekday, weekend, money everywhere. But that's not even all, because every Friday there's a jackpot of 50,000 naira per show. And you, my dear, can get some of that money. All you have to do is make sure you're playing during the week, and automatically you get qualified for the weekly jackpot. Remember, your chances of winning are still the same. So whether you're playing on a smartphone with the website www.oneplay.ng, or you're doing it on a dataless phone or a small phone, yes, that small touchlight phone. If you're dialing the code *347 *880 *3#, either ways, your chances of winning are still the same. Okay, remember to play responsibly, Lagos. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you're under 18, this is not your group chat. Please, you can now excuse us. All right then, 18 and above, let's start playing and let's start winning. There's money on ground. Do you want to get it?
What's that station again?
Oh yeah, Camo, come back. Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So like here we dey talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow!
Is the Sunny Side.
They better know it!
With Joyce.
Let's talk.
The
the #1 talk station of Lagos.
Join the conversation online or on the go. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM.
And Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos.
And watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Be part of the Info family.
Log on to nigeriainfo.fm on our mobile app and website.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
Play one, play.
Well, then you might as well just go through with it.
All right. Okay, so yes, if you are not aware that we share money on the sunny side, we do share money, 25,000 naira one person. Yeah, courtesy of oneplay.ng. The money is plenty.
Wait, you can't say it's sharing money if you're giving one person.
It's share.
Is
The
it-
one that how many palliative did they collect? This is sharing. This palliative and this one. How is it far? All you need to do 500 naira. That's all. Just go to the website www.1play.ng or dial the code *347*880*3#. Play with as little as 500 naira in a few seconds. Voila, you are in the draw. So now if you get picked, because that draw is happening this hour, 2 o'clock hour, and the more you play, the better your chances of winning. So start playing now. You know, I've been playing the pro, I'm looking at you, you're not playing. That's all. You go and complain that something has increased and there's no 25k in your pocket. That's on you, my dear, because 25,000 naira is here every day on all of these shows. And I have to clear my throat for this one. On Friday, 50,000 naira only for you.
I mean, I get the
What
input,
are you doing with your time?
but it's not $25,000. It's 25,000 naira.
That's 25,000. I will add it to my money. It will go up small. At least my firata, my sobe. I will cook like vegetable and stew separately. You know what? Even though there's not a lot of orishirishi inside, because orishirishi gone a choke. So I'm not planning to kill myself. At least my akpomo, I will maybe buy shower. If I can't do meat, I will do chicken. Everybody.
This government. You know that.
I'm managing
no,
now.
I think it was the last administration, not this one, that told us that they were going to convert Pomo into a leather. They were going to build a leather factory.
That thing pay me, but look at it. Look at God now. Is that not the pomo we are eating? How have you don't eat pomo? Raise your hand.
Well, they said they were going to ban it, right?
They said they were going to ban Pomo at some point.
If
too,
you
so.
see pomo in Bowe market,
to improve leather industry.
It wasn't even about the leather industry at the time. It was just banning Pomo.
Because it wasn't healthy.
It's not so good
healthy
for the health.
Go and eat pomo later and tell me whether it's going to be healthy. It's saving lives.
Deceive you. Pomo has
Pomo
calories.
is gari.
If you eat enough Pomo has calories.
We eat pomo inside obe. Buy everything will be doing like this. They'll put it on rice for you. Let's leave that. Let's not talk about pomo. Just play one.
Why are
play.
you guys
Why are you taking it personal?
You guys are taking this blithely. There is the fact that we could actually have a leather industry if they're going to create alternatives and have it subsidized. I don't mind that because I love leather.
Who are we subsidizing? Leather or the pomo?
The food chain. No. So if you ban Ekpomo, then
Don't say
you
ban. Oh. Let them not hear that ban again, please. If you
okay, if you regulate it, if you improve the leather factories, then I think we can have more
bags
and more shoes
yeah.
that are long term. That's the good thing about a good leather. Have you
these people on the streets that are out there, you think they care about bag and shoes? You shop first before you hold bag. But at
least but at least we can build industry, so that can even create jobs if that's really what we want.
Okay, then
right?
we can use the salary to buy food.
Yeah, you can use. Yeah, we can.
But when you come like that,
that's exactly how I was coming. So it's not obvious that there is a follow through, a foresight. They
just say
we always have the one thing I've noticed is we always have ideas.
Ew.
It's easy to have ideas.
We always have
Vivid
one thing that we
imagination.
want to do, but when it comes to the implementation, that is where I find problem in this our government. There is always this bright idea. You know, they will just come out with one thing.
It's
oh
not
my
always
gosh.
bright. No, it's not always bright.
Yeah, some of them seem bright. They seem like okay, you know.
In the last 1 year, give me one bright idea. Okay, maybe student loan. Okay, that one I agree.
Student loan wasn't even that bright. To be
No.
honest.
No.
I mean, at the end of the day,
I think
they came
that was
back
a very
to say,
bright
They came back
idea.
to say something about the fact that you start paying school fees for students who have left the school. Like, make it make sense. Are you guys not supposed to work through how you're supposed to disburse this money?
Okay, so
It's just a lot.
so maybe a few glitches, student loan here and there, but student loan was a good idea. I really think it was, given like the economic power of the average Nigerian parent today. Student loan, but besides that, I don't remember anything.
The average
The
Nigerian
next
parent
bright
student
idea
is
from this
150.
administration would be, honest to God, actually crashing food prices. If this administration succeeds in crashing food prices, I would brittle my tongue in criticism of the administration.
I'll be greeting them every morning here.
I would really
afternoon.
withhold judgment. If they can, you know what? I make a commitment
best friend.
that if they can crash food prices, I would have no opinion.
We'll be greeting you on the Sunday.
I would have, and that's a lot to sacrifice, given every other kind of problem that is both overwhelming and appears to elude solution. But in the absence of, and I'm honestly, I'm giving the government I want to believe in something. So maybe this is me extending my
Joyce,
faith
I also feel
between now and December.
Just I also feel like you're making this promise because you know that it's almost impossible, but let's see how you guys
in
can
this
try.
moment, I think I am saying this with every inch of my capability to believe in something.
Hey. New Year resolution, Marco. Explain, tire. Eventually, but go on.
It's how we said together at the same time. Yo.
Okay.
It's 15 minutes past 2 p.m. You're on the sunny side. It's Open Thought Tuesday. We're going to go off on a break. When we come back, we're picking up our conversation on misogyny from last week. Now, some of you said it doesn't exist, so I guess we have to do the actual laborious work of having to look back into history, point you to your grandfather, point you to your boss, point you to yourself, like practically put you in front of a mirror and say, hi, look at you.
So pretty.
Okay, when we return, Open Thought Tuesday. And here is really what I'm trying to aim at here. I don't know that there may be a collective revival when it comes to change or change in attitude, but there can be individual revival. There can be an actual revival where people can take the liberty to change thoughts, change approach, change perspective, change belief, change assumption, change and become exactly what they know to be better, or in other instances, change and become the better that they seek. When we return, this is our conversation on Open Thought Tuesday. Don't go anywhere.
What's that station again?
Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So by here we did talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
All right. right, Lagos, attention, secondary schools. It's back, it's bigger, it's bolder than ever. It's the season 9 of I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Tournament. And yes, this November, it's the battle for ultimate bragging right. All right. Do you have what it takes to face the brightest young minds in Lagos? Can your school rise, debate, and claim the crown? Then, if your answer is yes, listen up because this is your moment, my dear. Registration is currently ongoing and it will close on September 30th. I did say October, September this month, 30th. Don't miss it, okay? And remember, registration is school based. That means your school is coming to register as one, okay? So go gather your team and secure your spot early. Here's how to register. It's so easy. 3 quick steps. Step 1, visit the nigeriainfo.fm website. Okay, that's nigeriainfo.fm. Step 2, click on the I Beg to Differ banner. That's on the website. Okay, you click on the I Beg to Differ banner. Step 3, fill the form and boom, you're in. That's it. Okay, so step 1, visit the website nigeriainfo.fm. That's spelled Nigeria NINFO info.fm. Okay. Step 2, click on the I Beg to Differ banner. Step 3, fill the form, and that's it. You're in. It's not just a debate, it is the tournament of champions. It's I Beg to Differ, the tournament of champions.
Microphone 99.3 Nigeria Info. The sunny side is 18 minutes past 2 p.m. So we're just going to go into some housekeeping, which includes defining the context that we're trying to have a conversation around. And then, of course, open up the telephone lines, which eventually permits or allows for you to speak on this sort of social dynamic and tell me whether you believe in it, whether you think it should continue, or whether you think things should change. Misogyny. It's the hatred or contempt for or prejudice against women or girls. It's a form of sexism that can keep women in a lower social status than men. You are highly familiar with that. All right, good. Let's pick it up. Pretty much you understand patriarchy because you love it if it benefits you when it benefits you. Okay. So this whole thing against women maintains the social roles of patriarchy. Misogyny has been widely practiced for thousands of years, and it's also reflected in art, in literature, in human societal structure, historical events, in mythology, in philosophy, and even in religions around the world. So I'm going to allow for full participation of the humans I have in the studio. To my right, I have Tefa, so she's going to tell us or give us examples of misogyny. Now, the reason this is necessary is just so that before you call me and say, you just know that you could be guilty before you are charged.
Catch yourself.
All right, so, pretty lady.
First of all, if you find yourself in these categories, just know that you're misogynistic. Yes. Number 1, objectifying women. Number 2, belittling women or girls in conversation, such as using sexist nicknames or using derogatory remarks. Number 3, seeking to control women's behavior. Number 4, using intimidating or humiliating behavior to destroy a woman's self-confidence and undermine her. Number 5, discriminating against women. For example, a woman is not offered a job that she is qualified for because she is a woman, or it is assumed that a woman can't do something because she is a woman. All right? Number 6, having double standards where men are viewed in a lenient way and women tend to be criticized.
That's your culture, by the way.
Treating women differently from men in social and professional settings. That's number 7. Number 8, threatening, aggressive, intimidating or violent behavior towards women.
Mm-hmm.
And number 9, pursuing unwanted sexual comments or advances, including catcalling, stalking, staring, touching, taking pictures without consent, exposure to sexual assault and rape. And finally, controlling, confident and self-centered behavior, as well as competitive.
99.3 Nigeria info. That would be practically 95% of you at this point. I mean, I think you fall into one of those lines. Okay, you know what? I'm wrong. I want to believe I'm wrong. I don't want you to think I'm prejudging the outcome of the conversation. But let's talk about misogyny. Let's talk about the fact that whether it is verbally expressed, physically expressed, psychologically imposed, or whether it's the thought of the heart, there is something as the prejudice or discrimination against women. Don't worry. I know you think on Mondays I'm a feminist. I think you think on Tuesdays I'm a feminist. It's all right. We're also going to pick up the perspective for the men, which is a situation where women hate men and women will have to provide justifications. It may be a lack of thought. It may be pain. It may be, I don't know. They can come up with whatever justifications they have or excuse for which they hate men, but that would be another day. But you and I know globally in practically just about every human culture, just so that you don't think you're alone in all of this madness, it is seen and has been seen that there is this prejudice against women. I remember there was a time on the Lords of Logic I told you that I found that the root of the prejudice against women is actually pagan. I don't know whether you agree with me or not, but many of you who are today prejudiced against women are religious people. You are people with a religious title or religious office, or at least you identify as a person of faith. Yet you're prejudiced against women. You get it? Thank you. 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190, and 08095975805. It's Open Thought Tuesday. My name is Joyce. We can talk, this is a very important conversation, and you can pick it up from any angle. There was a staff who used to work here, not Nigeria Info, Cool FM actually, a few years ago. He's from the north. And I was having very random conversation with him one time, and he said to me, during conversation, I will admit to you that yes, there is prejudice against women. There is men hating women. He says, but I also have to shamefully admit that as a man, because it doesn't affect me, I realize that I find myself honestly not doing anything about it. I think I appreciated his admittance. I certainly do not appreciate that he doesn't want to do anything about it. But fundamentally, he had just enough courage to say, I have seen it, I have experienced it, and yes, I bear witness to it. But I do not have it in me to truly stand up and be an advocate to speak against this kind of evil. And, to be honest with you, sometimes I don't even think that you may be speaking honestly in defense of women as much as you may be speaking against evil. You could be speaking against something that if the tables were turned and it was done to you, you would not like it. All right, so we're a few seconds away from a commercial break. When we come back, this is our conversation. And I want you to speak about the necessity of it to control women because women can be reckless, or the injustice of it on Open Thought Tuesday this afternoon. Don't go anywhere.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Are you finding it difficult listening to your favorite talk radio Nigeria Info via the mobile app? Come closer. Let me fix that for you. Now, launch the app on your device. Click the 3 lines on the top left corner of the app. Look for settings in the drop-down menu and click on it. Turn on the first option that you see. Make sure you turn on the option that says always use highest quality available audio. Now that you have done that, close the app and relaunch it. Voila! I did it! Well, sorry, you did it. Now you can enjoy your radio anywhere, anytime. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Nigeria Info, where the conversation begins.
Do you think, as a scientist, we need GMOs in Nigeria.
Nigeria as a government has a policy that promotes the use of advanced biotechnology in ensuring food security, environmental conservation, and health improvement.
MDMA is there from the lab, from the containment level. Before it gets to the field, MDMA would have known that this crop will contaminate, and the regulatory agency, of course, will stop that before it gets to the Nigerian market.
Sylvia Musa, I'm sure you've seen that video, you've heard what she said. Is it satisfying what the AFN said?
You know, there is so much corruption in any aspect, in any sector. We are in a country where the worst of us rule the best of us. Nigeria as a country is not.
Hey Lagos, don't forget that you too can win money on here on Nigeria Info, courtesy of oneplay.ng. Now I know I have said this time and time again, but I mean, does the money ever get too much? All you have to do is go to the website www.oneplay.ng. That's number oneplay.ng. And when you get to that website, pick your station Nigeria Info, follow the instructions, and in a few seconds your ticket will be in the draw. A ticket is 500 naira, so you can play with 500 naira or more. And if you don't have a smartphone, well, not to worry. All you have to do is dial the code *347 *880 #3 *347 *880 *3 #. Now, playing with 500 naira or more can also get your tickets in the draw. Now, remember that the more you play, the better your chances of winning every day. There's money to be won on the Money Crossfire. There's money to be won on WhatsApp Lagos. 3 people, in fact, win 25,000 naira on the WhatsApp Lagos show. And on Sunnyside, there's money to be won on there as well. Yes, there's also money to be won on Game On shows, weekday, weekend, money everywhere. But that's not even all, because every Friday there's a jackpot of 50,000 naira per show. And you, my dear, can get some of that money. All you have to do is make sure you're playing during the week, and automatically you get qualified for the weekly jackpot. Remember, your chances of winning are still the same. So whether you're playing on a smartphone with the website www.oneplay.ng, or you're doing it on a dataless phone or a small phone, yes, that small touchlight phone, if you're dialing the code *347 *880 *3 #, either ways, your chances of winning are still the same. Okay, remember, play responsibly, Lagos. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you're under 18, this is not your group chat. Please, you can now excuse us. All right then, 18 and above, let's start playing and let's start winning. There's money on ground. Do you want to get it?
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows
Over your rainbow.
is the sunny side
They better know it.
with Joyce.
You are listening to Open Thought on the Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info, you on the sunny side. Okay, so here we are. Let's talk about it. And I think women should also speak on the issue. I mean, I hope my entire focus or the presentation of the conversation hasn't been so narrow in my briefing. I would also love for women to speak against it. I remember people have said that, for example, in the cultures, that there are gatekeepers of patriarchy. And some of those gatekeepers are actually women who do not want other women to get away with something that's culturally embedded. So it's not for the morality of it, it's not for the goodness of it or for the rightness of it, it's for the culture of it. Let's talk about this and whether it needs to change, one, how it should be changed, or you may even be of a totally different opinion, which may include that society has pretty much survived thus far because of control over women. There are some societies that insist on the control of women. And maybe you may say, maybe not extreme controls, just a little bit of control. Because you can even see or you hear the language even when you want to be particularly, it's more prominent when people want to get married. When people want to get married, all of their hidden biases start to show. I'm going to read you one I came by this morning, and it's just to show you how random these thoughts truly appear in your day-to-day living. And it doesn't really have to be because I'm saying that it's not so unfamiliar or uncommon. I saw a post this morning, and it was of a gentleman saying, and I quote, "Do not prioritize your wife above your siblings, especially your siblings that are living with you. Your siblings are your blood while she is an outsider. Just come into okay, no, your siblings are your blood while she's an outsider that just came into your life in the middle of your life. Choose your family above her. If you allow her to take you away from your siblings, you're digging your early grave. Now, this doesn't have to say I hate women. You can at least attempt, okay, you know what? How do you interpret this if not for a nagging, subtle, imperceptible dislike for a person that you are married to? Because one, for sure, there need not be any competition if there is understanding. But then again, I also think that if you respected your wife, would you treat her this way? The other is, what is informing this kind of thinking? I mean, if you called your wife a stranger, why are you in bed with a stranger? Like, why do you have the intent to have a long living condition or long living arrangement with someone whom you deem a stranger? And then on Nigeria Info, someone has said, well, you can look at the attitudes of women and you can attribute women. In fact, another messages we got on WhatsApp, they even put it differently. They said that when God created woman, he should have replaced woman with the devil. Okay. Is this blind judgment, or is there justification for these tags? Is there justification for the okay, let's not call it hatred, because maybe you don't want to be perceived as the one who has evil intentions because you truly benefit from looking like a good person. All right. Let's call it dislike. Nah, it's still bad. There's no better way to put it. It's Open Thought Tuesday with Nigeria Info. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, Joyce. I'm Marco from Pesta.
Thank you for being here.
We might be dealing with these tendencies that are originating from maybe from our forefathers. But there is a dangerous trend that is going on now. There is a Genge University or Genge University where young people, Gen Zs, are taught how to denigrate women. And there is another one, Cyberbudge or whatever it's called, that teaching women how to denigrate men. So there is another level that thing that is going to. I just want to throw it in as we are discussing.
I really appreciate that, because you're actually
the two young people in the studio will understand what I'm saying. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that you know I wouldn't understand. Thank you. Thank you very much. That really helps the conversation, because even me too, I don't understand. I don't get why it happens. Good. So, It looks like a latent evil, like a subtle, not so, because I mean, evil is ugly, right? And everybody wants to hide behind something. Mm-hmm. It looks like a latent, humming evil that it's not immediately obvious to the human eye. Like, you don't know what you're getting to until you get into it. But these days, I love that they're so impatient to truly bait you and launch at you.
They're so expressive.
They're so offended by your existence that they're now expressing it anywhere, everywhere. Mm-hmm. All right, now let's talk. Hello, welcome to the show. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Blake. I'm calling from Aja. Back to the conversation. Expression of, let me see, wickedness. Joy.
Wickedness towards women. Today we're specifying what we're looking at. We're looking at this contempt or hatred towards women.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to define. That's what I'm trying to explain now. Because when a man's heart is full of, let me say, evil, all that we come from me is what evil. Because if you look at the light the bulb that we used to see. Immediately the NEPA sees light.
Do you think it's necessary to control women? Okay, so I mean, you cannot control anybody. So what happens in the unions is that those who may have subtle prejudice against women think it's necessary to control, to give the woman a more let down position. The purpose of that is control, right?
Oh,
is that a necessity? Let's talk. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Joy. I'll try to explain something.
I don't have forever. I want you to speak like you want me to listen.
Okay, let me not go to the, let me say, I want to use okay, now, my point is that a pretender or an oppressor can never and it will never be of good behavior or good kind to someone.
Do you think women need to be controlled?
You see, Joy, women was created in love. I mean,
women what? Speak up. Speak like you're alive. Speak like you want me to feel something.
The same way men were created in love, right? The man.
Okay, I'm sorry. The network is bad. I'm so sorry. I really tried. I really tried. Let's go. WhatsApp.
Okay. This person says double standard with women is amazing. If you treat them normal without stereotypes, they say you aren't a gentleman. While some ladies that like special treatment in marriage and workplaces. So how do we draw a conclusion? The word misogynist has been overused by women and it has lost its meaning. This person says,
can we talk about that? Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
This person says the double standard with women is amazing. If you treat them normally without stereotypes, they say you aren't a gentleman. While some ladies that like special treatments in marriages and workplaces.
Yeah, but you're not speaking. What's your...
So he now says, how do we draw a conclusion?
No, that's not the point. That's not an approach, because I'm speaking about your judgment on the topic. You are telling me what your perception is of a divided feminine crowd. But then again, what is your judgment of the crowd that you are observing? That's really what the conversation is about. Are you prejudiced against women? Because... look, there's some women who have a proclivity to violence. Okay, they only know that you care through chaos. Is that who you are? And do you design yourself by what they expect of you? Or is there an independent you besides the world outside of you, or this woman? Like, what is your judgment of what you are observing? You're not talking to me with this particular message because I don't understand. I don't have an entry point into your logic from the message you have sent to me.
And Joyce, I have this instance in my head. For example, there's a thin line between compliments and you just being...
backhanded?
Yeah, backhanded, and at the same time, like you just being rude or something to someone. Now, you might say compliment is, oh, you look beautiful. When you start saying, oh, Joyce, this your butt is looking extra today. For example, now some guys would say that lots of women like to hear that kind of thing. But when you ask women truly, do they like that kind of thing? Some of them do not like it. And some of them, they've just been
Isn't
brainwashed.
that objectification? Where you look at a woman and you sexualize
That's what
her.
I'm saying, that there's a difference between... Some of these people see it as compliment. They see it as complimenting you. Some men see it as complimenting you.
When they say, oh, your butt is...
Yeah.
What kind of men are those?
I've had a full-blown conversation where guys were like, nah, like it's compliment. Like that's how we roll in Nigeria. And what made me bring up that conversation was when a man abroad was fined. Fined heavily
for telling a
giving
colleague,
backhanded comment like, oh, this your leg, they're so straight, and you know, abroad, like they have very stiff laws, and this person just reported that my boss is harassing me and all of that, and then he paid heavily, and it was Nigerian, and then he wrote on social media, was it? And that's how our girls like it. And I'm like, our girls don't like it. They don't just know that it's a wrong thing.
How does he not know that it's the wrong thing?
He does not know that it's a wrong thing.
So these are people. So these are perverts. This is psychological. These are perverts in waiting. These are men who cloak themselves in an iron shirt and
So you can't say it's
pressed
double
trousers. And then that demon just follows them. Like, it doesn't even matter the name of the perfume you're wearing or the car you're driving. You're fractured. All right, I'll wait. Hey, where are we, Kemi?
We're in a lot of places. This person says, hello, Joyce, Kemi, and Bolu. Well done. Haven't listened to the 9 to 10 listings by Bolu. Where I can find myself in there is me thinking that men are more intelligent than women.
I want to appreciate your honesty, but I'm going to wait for the other part of the message so that we know whether we're lighting this whole place up.
Okay.
All right.
It says, is it misogyny? I find myself
what do you think it is?
I found myself alluding to that recently when on a quiz program on DSTV called The Chase, it was reported that women alone haven't beaten the chaser. So please, is there a clear line between prejudice and misogyny?
Absolute. There's no line. It's the same. Dude, no, hold on. But you see, that's the thing. What is the necessity to appear superior? What is the need? It's a different thing if a person who is inferior is competing with you and you think, well, at this point you have raised cause, and so because there's cause, I then have to respond to your arrogance with
your superiority.
I have to now respond to your arrogance. But if there is no competition, I mean, there are many times that there is competition and it's actually a form of power to be silent or to walk away. So, but you here now, you just want to wake up every morning and tell yourself that I am more intelligent than a woman. First of all, you don't even know that for sure because you have not been tested. You don't know that for sure. And the girl who's probably going to knock you out is probably the girl living 2 streets away. Like, it's not you don't need a ride to that truth or that revelation. So I do feel that, yes, it is a form of prejudice against women for you to assume, and I don't think you are mean in your message. So no, so also take an equal measure in good faith that I'm also responding based off of my assumption of the way you have written your message or the tone of your message. I think that to assume that you are superior to women is a form of prejudice against women, because basically what you're saying is that I am a man and my masculinity by default has accorded me far more superiority intellectually above women. Besides the fact that that is wrong, is that, yeah, you're prejudiced. But even worse, weak men are not only a turnoff, you're a disadvantage. Like if you were in a link, you would be the weak link. All right.
This person says, good afternoon, Joyce. Prejudice against women are women themselves. A good number of male children raised by single mothers don't make good husbands. Good number of them ends up in prison. And if they marry, they keep taking advice from their moms that ruin their marriages.
That's not everybody. Yes. Ruin a marriage.
He said, yes, there are men that have prejudice against women. The question is, who raised those men?
Good question. But are we blaming women for what society has conditioned them into? Because I think we have to look at the whole picture. Telephone lines, Nigeria Info, it's Open Thought Tuesday. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Welcome. It's good to have you here. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Oh, my name is Sam.
Welcome, Sam. Go ahead.
How are you? Yes. Okay. I think this thing is, I will look at it from 2 angles. It's not that men are that biased to women or they want to belittle women. All of us, we have mothers. Do we treat our mothers the same way? I think we respect our mothers. We respect them and give them, accord them the respect. Whether male or female, we respect our mothers. I think this relationship is between husband and wives in most cases. But the second part I want to look at it is that the holy books and our religion did not help matters at all. When you look at all the old people, we believe that the creator of the heaven and earth is our God. And what do we call him? Our father. We don't call him our mother. Joyce, if you want to pray to God, you will say our mother who is in heaven. You will say our father. And that is, when you look at the holy books, you see so many places women have been relegated to the background. Unless you want to rewrite the history from the beginning, it's a difficult task for you to
Is it
do.
truly difficult, or people would not take the liberty to change, to educate their minds?
I
I don't
know, but
think.
can you
I think you have a
educate
right to
1,000 years
choose the kind of man you
2,000
want to
years
be.
from back to the back? Backward. Can you rewrite the Bible? Can you rewrite
It's not.
the Quran?
I don't have to rewrite the scripture. I have to get understanding of the scripture.
But how many people will go along with you?
It's
That
not.
is the
It's not
problem.
necessary. You're looking for an excuse. Do you have enough courage, enough will, to change the bad to the good, or are you looking for an excuse to maintain the bad?
I want to ask you now. The other man, you said somebody was finding you in U.S. If you go and find out who is the person that implemented the fine, it's still the men, not the women. The women themselves, they are at the back. They expect men to fight for them. When it comes to things that, I think most of the things is that it's like might is right. I think that
Is that correct? Is that true?
ordinarily shouldn't be.
Do you have a
But you always
philosophy?
see
Do
that-
you have do you have a moral ground? Ooh.
No, I don't think.
Do you know this is why evil
who-
persists? Men without
Yes,
moral
I've-
persuasions. Do you know this is why evil exists in the world? It's not because there are evil men. It's because the men who should have enough will, enough grit to do something about evil choose not to do it. So that's why Nietzsche would say that weakness is not only a kind of disfigurement, it's evil in disguise. I needed to say that because weakness is not only a failure or a form of disfigurement, it's often a source and disguise of evil itself. The conversation will continue. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Could you turn off the lights for me?
Hello, Joyce. Yes, this is Moses calling from Lekki.
Okay,
go ahead. Me, I believe in being realistic. See, nobody is smarter than the other. Hello?
I'm with you. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Go ahead. I can hear
Whether
you.
man or woman, nobody is smarter than the other. There are men that are smarter than women 1,000,000 times. There are women that are smarter than men 1,000,000 times. Let's forget what society wants people trying to cause problem between both parties, whether woman or man. Me, I'm not talking about spiritual. Whether God is man, nobody can change that fact. God is God. Let's leave God. We are talking about humans. And when we're talking about humans, a good person will always be a good person. I'm not after this fight of women are treated. Women have the right to choose, but when you choose, you make your choice and the man treats you anyhow. Don't make it another man's problem. That man is not your problem. You are your problem. You make your choices. You say, I do. You say, I'm ready. Or you say, I want to be your friend. So whatever comes with that acceptance, take your full chest and take it as a woman and stop.
Wait. Pardon me. I'm a little lost here. Are you also blaming women?
Making it a women issue. You said?
Are you blaming women for the prejudice against them?
I blame nobody. Dress the way you want to be addressed. Simple.
I'm speaking on misogyny. Do you understand the topic?
Joyce, I don't blame women. I don't blame men. If you walk anyhow to places, they will treat you. Take it, because these days we know the way the world is. We don't put ourselves into risks all in the name of because we want to claim right. Right will not give you life.
I'm lost. Okay, thank you for calling me. Thank you. I truly wanted to follow through on something, as though you were going somewhere. But what's up?
Yeah. Okay. This person says, "Good afternoon, Joyce. I know I was a bit worried that I might just be a misogynist, even unknowingly to me. As your guest in the studio was about to read the list, I was a bit anxious because I have sometimes been ridiculed by fellow men because they believe I'm an advocate for women just because I'm equally fair to both sexes. I have been called names like simp, woman, rapper, so it will be very upsetting to me to only be a misogynist after trying so much not to be in an environment that it's seen as normal. Well, thank God I didn't fall into any of the categories that were read. I really don't know the mindset behind why a man will see a woman as less just based on the fact that he's a man. This person says, "Hi Joyce, my name is Olawale, and if not for what God has created between the two legs of a man, when it is time, it will be as if an hungry man must eat food. If not for that, nothing can make me have any business with these devils called women."
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. So the only reason he wants women is for sex?
Oh well, it says if not for
Yeah.
the thing between
I just
his
wanted to
legs,
understand it. So the only reason,
that's the only thing women are good for.
Okay, yeah.
They are coming out.
I don't want to interrupt your speaking because I also would like to find out all the places. Okay, go ahead. Let me just take notes.
This person says, "Yes, Joyce, don't put your wife above your siblings because it is plain now in my neighborhood. This man is suffering from his wife now. He married his enemy. The man in question said he prioritized his wife over his siblings when life was still okay for him. Now he's on a wheelchair, thinking he urinates on himself. If at all I've seen the enemy of someone, it is this man's wife." Okay. This person says, this women's control thing spanned from even the medieval age. It didn't just start now. It says in the medieval ages, women's role were predominantly domestic, centered on childbearing, homemaking, and supporting their husbands, but varied significantly by social class. We are in the modern era now, so things have really changed. Now, there are laws in some countries that have put in place that have brought about some level of sanity, even though, especially in Europe and America, those laws are overburdening in the sense that women after divorce takes almost all the properties of men and wreck them for life. This person says, "Hi Joyce, I don't agree with misogyny at all." It says, "But many women also put other women down. Remember what some older senators said about Senator Natasha. People need to seek education and exposure before getting married so that they do not inculcate the wrong things into their children." This person says, saying a lady has big butts is based on who is saying it. Like I said, some women won't mind a man saying that so far they are attracted to him. They condone it. It's something I have seen over and over again. And when I try to step in,
relationship, shouldn't that be dependent on you? If that's your pal,
your husband or your
if that's
spouse.
your friend, maybe they can understand you because they understand you. Other than that, it's not only sexist because you're objectifying her, but it's very disrespectful actually.
It says, when I try to step in, she says I should mind my business. It's not only men pushing the stereotype, but women themselves
I totally
like
agree
it.
with that. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
This person says, "Just okay, my name is Sam, and I believe that both men and women are equal and should be treated equally. Nigerian society has crafted this that any man who shows that a woman is supposed to be treated equally is known as weak, and you are talked down as not being man enough." This person says, "Dress the way you want to be addressed." Really? What?
That's not the topic. The topic is misogyny.
What's that? The angle that guy brought in.
Okay, hold on a second though. Let's quickly go from the break. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable. And to crown it up, very confident.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.